Good morning, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Sarah. Hello. I'm still in my pajamas again today. Another video where I started in my pajamas. Not shocking. It's just about 9 o'clock, but we got up kind of early and Anthony had to be out of the house pretty early this morning, and it's stormy and, you know, like dark. Did you see that? I don't know if that picked up on. We went downstairs and did school already right away this morning because Ryder was just ready to go, and now they're just having like a chill rainy day. They're in there watching If You Give a Mouse a Cookie. They love that show. That's actually the theme that we're gonna do for Ryder's birthday. He had wanted a farm animal birthday, but the more I think about it, like he likes farm animals, but it's not really his thing. But Give a Mouse a Cookie, absolutely right up his alley. So I asked him and he said yes, he wants that. So that's what we're gonna do for his birthday this year. And I already have a ton of ideas. I'm not gonna give too many away because I have family members that watch this and I want some of it to be a surprise. But anyway, they're just having like a rainy day, cozy day in there. I just have like random small things to take care of around the house. Just like little project things I need to do. So I figured I'd just pull my camera out and share some of those with you. Nothing too exciting, not really a whole lot either, but just, you know, just stuff to get done. Since we can't go outside and I don't like going to the library on rainy days because I don't want the books to accidentally get wet. And getting two kids out of car seats and into a building, or out of a building and back into car seats when it's raining, is not a fun thing. We're just gonna hang out at home. I do have a grocery pickup order to do this afternoon for our camping groceries. That will actually be the next video you see, will be like camping meal plan and grocery haul and prep and all of that. So I'm gonna start by getting myself dressed. The boys are just staying in their pajamas for now until we leave this afternoon, because why not? And then I'll just take you along. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Thanks for being here. It's still thundering, but it's just sprinkling now, so thank you. Hopefully we can get to the library. We do have a couple more books left from the last time we went. The boys haven't been since Monday. I also went Monday night, I think, or maybe it was Tuesday. So we haven't been as much this week, and I definitely want to get back. Hopefully the rain actually stops at some point today. I got myself dressed, brushed my hair. I'm not gonna do any makeup today. I didn't really know how to show you or share with you. I ordered the last of the boys' Christmas presents. So we are completely done. And almost, oh, that's a lie. I have one more thing that I have to get from Walmart to even it out. All but I think 4 things that we got for the boys this year are thrifted. Just trying to be smart about how we're spending our money. Still get them some nice things, but not spend as much money, I guess. Ryder's birthday gifts are also thrifted. And I'll share all of that with you guys eventually during closer to his birthday and Christmas time and all of that. But so first thing I'm gonna do is, in my last video, which was just yesterday for me, I put the Acorn squash in the dehydrator back here. It ran until I think it was about 10 o'clock that I shut it off. It could have gone maybe just a little longer. So that was what, 13 hours? It could have gone just a little longer. I think next time if I do it with the squash, I will like slice it and then let it sit out and dry on the counter a little bit first before running that. But this is what the little chips are looking like. Ignore the cut I have on my finger and the marker, but see how it's still a little soft. It's not super crunchy. Let's try this one. Yeah, so they're not bad. They'll definitely grind up okay to do what I want with them. But this is how much one Acorn squash made. So I think I used 4 trays yesterday. This is how much it made. And what I do with it is put it in a spice grinder. This little guy, I think it was like $10, and I've had it for a little while. I will link it down below. I do link some products that I use. Hi Beanie, from my videos down in the description, and if they're an Amazon link, I do earn a very, very small commission. I did have somebody purchase, thank you if that was you. They clicked on my link, and then if you make a purchase after following the link, even if it's not what I purchased, I make a small commission. Anyway, the order total was over $20 and I made 91 cents. So it's definitely not like a get rich quick. And I don't mention it because I don't like to be that person that's like, buy from my link, buy from my link, buy from my link. I do put it down there just in case you're interested, and I appreciate it if you buy anything because we make a very, very, very small amount. I can't even withdraw anything until I get to $10. So definitely not using it to pay my bills or anything. But just so you know, if you do click on an Amazon link and purchase after clicking on the link, I do earn a small commission. Anyway, so I will link this down below, but you're welcome to just search for it too. The brand is just the Amazon Basics brand. I actually think it's a coffee grinder, but everything that I researched online just said to use it for spices too. So I do that as well. So it just has a little blade in there and it grinds it up into a fine powder. I've done this with carrots and I did it with jalapenos and made jalapeno salt. I'm gonna do it with this instead. Which I did mention in my last video, like what I was dehydrating it for, but just in case you missed that one. And then I will just put this in a little mason jar. And I also, hold on. Okay, I also have the lights on now, so it's gonna cause a weird lighting on the screen, but I bought these water absorber, moisture absorber packs. They are food safe, so you can put them in your food. That's what they're meant for, to absorb, absorb moisture, my goodness. So I will just put these in a little mason jar and put one of these in there to help suck up any extra moisture that might be in here, and leave it in my spice cabinet. And then anytime I'm making something like a sauce or pizza, or which actually we're having for dinner tonight, or like any baked goods, especially dark color baked goods, because the color of this won't matter, I just sprinkle a little bit of this in there. It's not a ton, but it is just a little, an extra little something. Is it actually doing much for my family? I don't know, but I like to think it is, and it's a way to not waste this. But anyway, I put it in those different items to add a little bit of extra vegetable vitamin type things, because my family they don't like vegetables. So this is my attempt to feel better about what I'm feeding my family. So I'm gonna go ahead and grind this up. I did like a weight workout with Anthony yesterday for my legs, and I have felt fine today except the stairs. The stairs are so humbling, but I had to go down there and get this jar. I just have this random size jar. It's the only one I have. I don't know where it came from, but I still have to write on it. I just put a label on top and then I'll just store it in here.
Your smile. What if the wind could spread your love? What if your sweetness could reach everyone? There'd be no wars. Maybe the bird.
And then much like a waffle iron, you can't like put this in the dishwasher or in the sink, but I just take the cord and make sure it's hanging over the sink, and then I wash this out just like I normally would a dishes with soap and water. But then I leave this sit without putting the lid back on so it can dry completely, because if there's even just a little bit of moisture in there, when the next time you grind something, it will just like clump together. I need to move on and do something else, but now I don't remember everything I was going to do. I'm gonna go fold laundry. You want to come with? I'm not gonna give you a choice. I'm gonna take you with. You don't have to watch though. All right, I'm just gonna fold this down here today. I know the lighting down here sucks, but we use what we have. We make it work. My tripod is crooked. When I moved my camera, I had to shut it off while I was adjusting it and never turned it back on. So you missed the first part of me folding laundry, but you didn't actually miss much because it's the same as what I'm doing right now. Like I've said before, I separate our clothes into piles depending on who they belong to. And then the only thing I hold off to the side is anything that Anthony wears for work, like his undershirts or his uniform shirts, things like that, because they actually go in his room downstairs. It's just easier to keep everything separate. And then especially on the mornings that he has to get up early and get ready and leave before we are awake, he doesn't have to bother us to get dressed and like get ready for work and all of that.
We'll sing about your heart. Maybe the trees will whisper the word. Maybe the sun will spread your joy to the ones who lost their hope.
we just got back from the library, so I'm going to fill out the boys' 1,000 hours of reading, or 1,000 books of reading folders. I do this when we get home from the library. Everything in our library bag I write in there, even if we haven't read it yet, because I know that we will read all of these books before we go back to the library next. And then any of the other books around our house that we read, I just write them down after we read them. I'm pretty sure we're missing some because I don't think Anthony has been keeping track of everyone, and I know that there's been a couple times that we've like sat and read a book and then I just space it and don't come write it down, and then later I remember we read a book but I don't remember which one, because all of the books we own we've read a million times. Not a big deal. I think I briefly explained this in a previous video, but our library, every 100 books of this 1,000 book challenge, gives the boys something small, like a sticker or a bookmark, things like that. And then once you get to 1,000 books, our library will purchase a new book for the library in the name of our child. So it would be a book donated to the library from Ryder and Noah. Each of them get their own. And then they are the first person that gets to actually check that book out from the library. After I did that, I moved on to cutting out the things I'm going to put on the October bulletin board. And I very quickly gave up. These things were just, I don't know what I was thinking, but to get between all the legs of the spiders and to get around the wings of the bats took so much time and patience and effort that I just didn't want to do it. So I honestly only cut out one spider and a few of the bats, and it's okay. I mean, I have 2 kids. It's not a true classroom. It doesn't really matter. If I was thinking, I would have used my Cricut, because there's a function that you can print, and then whatever you print, you can put it back in and it will cut it. Even if it's just paper, it doesn't have to be vinyl. And so if, I could have done that, but it is what it is. Even these letters were kind of hard. They were very curvy and there were some small spots in there. Plus the word October just has a lot of letters that have the in-between pieces of paper, like in the B and the O. And even those were just giving me a hard time. They were smaller than the letters that I did for back to school. And so I think that's also why I struggled a little bit this time instead of when I did it before. And I didn't plan on laminating them, and I just put them in a container. I have since laminated them, and you'll see that in a video upcoming, but I did decide to laminate these little squares that I have for the holidays. I've had this Scotch laminator for 7 or 8 years now. It's been quite a while. It actually might have been longer than that. And I just buy the replacement papers that are open on one end and not the other. And you just want to make sure you put the closed end in first, because it will push any air bubbles out as it's going. And then I just cut them out. You don't want to get too close to the edges, because the lamination will actually peel apart and peel apart your paper too. So I just did like a really quick little chopper on them. So I had one for New Year. I did everything through the end of the year. So New Year's Day, Halloween, Thanksgiving, New Year's Eve, Christmas Eve, and Christmas Day. They are a little bit smaller than the numbers on our calendar, but it's not that big of a deal.
You fill my head with roses. I can't help but dream away. Standing on a field with you and flowers everywhere. Maybe there is a star with you.
While the boys were eating, I had gotten a package from Amazon with these new coffee syrups. One was a sugar-free vanilla and the other was pumpkin pie. And I actually don't like the pumpkin. I think it smells very like alcohol-y. I know it's not alcohol, but it just has that like strong taste or smell. And the taste just isn't pumpkin like some of the other pumpkins that I've got. So I won't be purchasing that brand again. I'm about to make dinner. I'm not hungry yet, so I'm not gonna make anything for myself. And Anthony is not home. He probably won't be home until like later after dinner, and I can make his when he gets here. I've shared this before in, might have been a what's for dinner. But I'm just making naan pizzas. So these are the mini naan breads. Last time I got the bigger ones. I have my homemade pizza sauce, and then I'm just doing mozzarella cheese for the topping for the boys. Really simple. I just put them in the oven at 350 for like maybe 10 minutes or so, just to heat the naan through and melt the cheese. These do say, like the instructions on the back say bake at 400 for 1 minute. So You don't need a whole lot to get them like warm and toasty, basically is what I'm saying. So the temperature doesn't really matter, but that's what we're doing for dinner tonight. I was gonna make myself a cauliflower crust pizza. I don't know if I will later or if I will just like have a salad or something instead.
One thing I know is that there should be. There is no one who has a heart as pure. No, not like yours.
That's all I have to share with you today. Thanks for sticking around and doing my to-do list with me, even though it wasn't that exciting. I'm gonna keep this short and sweet and to the point, so thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.